Hello, everyone. Welcome to TI Digital, your guide to all that's happening in IPL 2026. Beyond the Boundaries, the name of the show. We've got Nitin Naik, who joins us from Mumbai. Also joining us very shortly from NCR is Arani Basu.
Hi.
Nitin, Qualifier 1, uh, what is it that is going to define this contest?
Uh, the power play, Chandrish. The RCB obviously have got a better batting lineup. GT has got a good, excuse me, got a better bowling lineup. Um, I feel somewhere that Virat Kohli in the playoffs has not really delivered. I think his last playoff 50 was in 2016 in the final against SRH. So that somewhere and in this IPL, if we see throughout, RCB's losses have come when he has been dismissed inside the power play. So he still holds as much as we have this narrative of oh, Kohli is because he's retired from the T20 format. He's he also becomes very dispensable. But I think in franchise cricket for RCB, ever since he's started opening the batting, uh, I think he will form the key for RCB. Especially there seems to be some uncertainty around whether they should play Phil Salt or whether Venkatesh Iyer should continue. I feel that they should play with Salt, and instead of Romario Shepherd, they should play Venkatesh Iyer, and because that will that will give them a decent batting option, also, and then the rest of the batting obviously takes care of itself. And if Bhuvi and Hazelwood and with GT, I think it's all about their top three because their middle order is so soft. Once you get two out of those three out early, I think it's game set and match for RCB.
Yeah, okay. Arani, what's your take on today's contest?
I think the two bowling departments will decide how the match goes. GT is an out and out world class international level bowling attack, which is a rarity in IPL these days. It used to be few when we were eight teams. We have Rabada, Siraj bowling at the peak of his prowess. Prasid is doing pretty well if he plays. Then there is Rashid, who's found his mojo. I think it's really good to see Rashid, the wicket taker, back. People were just playing him out. He was not very expensive and good on GT that they have kept the trust in him. They also allowed him to lead the franchise when Shubman was not available, which was a good sign that you're giving him the confidence, not like you just throw away your player when he's down. And that's Rashid turning his leg breaks these days. I think that has brought him back into that wicket taking mold. So that is a powerful bowling attack. And like Nitin sir said, the GT middle order much will ride on that top order again. So if they can somehow get to 200, I think GT are well within a shot to win this game. That is my take. And again, Hazelwood, Bhuvi, and people were critical of what CSK were, Dad's Army and everything, but this is the latest Dad's Army's team. These are all plus 30, 35. Jitesh is in 32, 33. Krunal, even Rajat is in almost mid 30s now, touching. Uh, so this is a well experienced side which knows how to control the moments. Krunal Pandya, for example, is a master of that in IPL. I think he's the most successful IPL cricketer now. If you look at this, Mumbai Indians, RCB has done well in LSG. He just flies under the radar. But I think he's been the most consistent IPL cricketer in the last 8 9 years, if you look at it that way. But yes, GT, if their bowling fires, should prevail. Uh, And Romario Shepherd, I don't know. I like Nikhil sir said. I think RCB picking just to make the match interesting for themselves. Romario Shepherd.
Okay, let's start taking questions from the subscribers. Luffy says, Nitin, do you see Sarfraz getting selected to reduce? He reduced 10 kilos like Rohit.
Uh, I want him to bat a little higher up for Mumbai, Chandresh. You know, play
In
more
Ranji Trophy
against the
also.
new, in Ranji Trophy. Play more against the new ball. Uh, get runs at maybe number 3, number 4. Mumbai has a vacancy there, especially after Shreyas Iyer decided not to play the longer format. So if he bats there and scores runs in the months of November, December in northern parts of India, why not? I mean, he's we all that one shot that he played in Mumbai here, that when he could have won the game, won that test match along with Rishabh Pant, when he hit that full toss straight to deep mid wicket. I think that really hurt his career a lot. I think he had a chance to really, even for CSK. I think he should have, I think, grabbed his chances. I think they gave him more than a decent chance to
Hmm.
succeed. Um, maybe I don't know. Can he make do with changing franchises? I don't know whether that would help. Um but if he wants to play and test himself against the new ball, if he bats at 3, bats at 4, gets the volume of runs that he gets, what he gets at number 6, um, then yeah, I see him coming back.
Yeah. I think that the notion that they have against him is that he doesn't hit the ball in front of the wicket much. And when he was at Delhi Capitals and everyone, it was a perception was built around him that even at net in the nets when they asked him to hit sixes, he would kneel down and look to lap it over fine leg. So you judge a play there if you have a strong game in front of the wicket. I think that's what I think Nitin sir is referring to. Against good quality pace, hit them down the ground. Then you can convince the selectors or the coaches that yes, I have this game. Look at what Surya happened to Surya just playing behind the wicket. He's just lost that game in front of the wicket and he's struggling there. So yes, I think Sarfraz needs to work on that.
Okay, Nitin, one more question. Nausam Nageshwar Reddy says, is Hardik Pandya going to CSK next season?
Uh, I'll keep him in Mumbai, Chandresh. I mean, despite whatever has happened over the last 3 years, I would look to get rid of some of the older players. I would keep Hardik Pandya in the MI setup, and maybe ask some of the older players maybe to move on. I think Surya also, the way he played day before yesterday, after getting
Hmm.
49 of 30 balls, his next 11 runs came in 12 balls when you know there was a need to maybe push on. Hardik was batting beautifully at the other end. Um, if we it's a very convenient excuse to blame Hardik Pandya and the
Hmm.
frictions that have been that have caused that have been caused because of him being parachuted from GT into MI. But he's a gun player, yeah, Chandresh. I mean, you will not get players of this skill set easily in India. And I hope that and the way Rohit Sharma kind of got exposed against Zofra Archer the other day, I think I would look to move on from Rohit Sharma. Even from the one day setup, I think Yashasvi is too good a player
Hmm.
to not really be given enough chances till the World Cup 2027.
Yeah, Vijay Lakshmi says that trade him with Aksar.
Why Aksar? Aksar has
Why?
had one bad season here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, why Akshar should leave DC?
Hmm. Hmm. His
He
career
rediscovered his batting
really.
touch. He rediscovered his batting touch when he started moving a little bit up the batting order. I think he was hiding himself in the batting lineup there, and I think had
Hmm.
had Miller taken that single, I think they would have qualified.
Yeah.
Okay, Muskani says, Aranita, do you know when Rohit will report to COE for fitness test?
Yeah, that is, see, again, he will look for rest and everything. He will try to buy some time to give himself the best opportunity to clear the test because he's clearly not fit. Otherwise, he would have looked different on the field. Uh, See, with the the series starts on 13th June. I think a week before. I think when the test match is going on, I think they will give him that time to recover. Don't rush him. Give him a fair chance to recover, I guess. Hardik, as of what I know, is just in they are concerned about if he can bowl 10 overs. That he has to prove at the COE. It's been a very long season, and see, he may not have bowled a lot of overs in this season. He did not play a lot of games, but it has been a taxing season mentally. You have to give them, let them be in a good space of mind to actually push physically as well. So I think that will happen when the test match is going around. They will give them that time to recover and come. And I think they will be made to play a simulation match there if they have to be.
Okay. Nitin, can I request you to bring the screen to our level? So
Yeah.
all three of us are looking same. Uh,
Is this
okay.
okay?
Yeah. Uh, Arvind Atria says, Arani, why Tom Modi said there will be overall change in leadership? Does that mean even Justin Langer
See,
goes?
yeah, I think they have to take a call on Justin Langer as well. The slide of LSG started when Justin Langer came. Gautam Gambhir was there for 22-23. They were qualifying, and 24 Justin Langer comes in, and they start struggling. And see, we don't know what happened in Australia, but you can also have to look at why a gun team, Pat Cummins, who avoids controversies, put his foot down against Justin Langer. Why this bunch, which conquered the world in a year after winning a T20 World Cup in Dubai, they put their foot down against Justin Langer. I think that needs to be seen as well by the Justin Langer is a very strong-headed man. So he has to take accountability. I think Rishabh Pant has been making it very clear that people have to take accountability. One thing with this overseas coaches, they can sell themselves really well. They can come up with exceptional presentations, exceptional, but IPL players will where you have Mukul Chaudhary, Mohsin Khans, and Abdul Samads. They don't understand the Australian way. That the culture is different. You have to understand that. Every Australian coach, I think only Ricky Ponting has struck the right balance because he himself is that aggressive, free-minded player that he was. He was the bad guy in Australian team. He understands what a spoiled player feels like, actually. And make no mistake, every player is a spoiled player, Indian player in IPL. So Ricky Ponting gets that. They strike that common wavelength. Ricky Ponting he is the only foreign coach that has actually cracked the code here.
Hmm.
Otherwise, I think Tom Moody, come on, I think he played his first World Cup 40 years ago. Again, they are trying to build this global brand and everything, but IPL cricket is different. IPL
Hmm.
cricket is different.
Okay. Himanshu has the similar question, but I want to go to Nitin on that. What do you make of Moody's and Pant's statement after the match? Is Pant LSG association over? Can he get back to DC because of Pant Parth connection? Remember, next year JSW runs the show.
Yeah, I do not know about whether he'll go back to DC and all, but I hope that Pant stays in LSG, but then there is no for me, I think what happened, Chandresh, here in this season was they started off the season with the condition that Pant will open, and that kind of through the rest of the batting lineup, everything else had to be readjusted to accommodate Rishabh Pant. Now you don't form T20 sides such dynamic leagues where things change, every game, like that. You split up a very successful opening combination because of that. Then everyone else had to kind of bat out of position. Uh, and what happens then is then everyone else kind of feels a bit ignored or insecure. Um, I just hope that he is given a role. Rishabh Pant right now is struggling because he doesn't have a fixed role in white ball cricket. um, he's told, okay, you're going to be our last 30 balls batter. You walk in at number 5, and our openers for next season will be Marsh and Markram, and yeah, and let's for anywhere
English has
batting
come.
or English, yeah. I mean, but give the captaincy to somebody else. Don't make him the captain. Make let him just get back his mojo as a batter, without the cares of captaincy. Let him be that free spirited batter that maybe with a fixed role now. That okay, you're going to and not I'm not just saying in terms of batting positions. I'm saying there have to be entry points marked. That
Yeah.
okay, Rishabh Pant enters when so many deliveries are remaining, when a leg side boundary is short, when a particular matchup is in his favor. Yes, that's when Rishabh Pant enters the fray. Don't just let's not confuse him, and let's not confuse the franchise also. I hope that Markram is given the captaincy next year, so that LSG have a stable leader, who's been with the franchise, who's done well for the franchise, who's had success leading South Africa, who's had success leading the Sunrisers Eastern Cape. Um, let's just value some pedigree over here, leadership pedigree, and
Yeah.
maybe change leadership.
Yeah,
Nitin sir talked about his position, entry point. If we look at Rishabh Pant's stellar career with DC, he used to invariably was when he used to come at in the seventh over, eighth over, ninth over, and finish
Yeah,
the game innings with that. And
yeah,
he had a
yeah,
stellar record, 156
yeah,
strike rate. It was just around with AB at that time, AB de Villiers. People
yeah, yeah,
don't realize it. When you look
yeah,
back, before he joined LSG, his stats were as good as AB de Villiers's.
yeah,
So that was the point. Now you're throwing him off. Sometimes you're sending him at number 3, sometimes at 4. I think his
yeah,
point
yeah,
is number 4. He has batted exceptionally well at number 4 in
yeah,
IPL. I think
yeah,
that has to be sorted with him.
yeah.
yeah. Okay. नितिन, देयर इज वन मोर क्वेश्चन. नितिन सर, सब बोलते हैं एलएसजी का, जीटी का मिडल ऑर्डर वीक है, जिस दिन कोलैप्स होगा स्ट्रगल करेंगे, पर जीटी का अब तक कोई कोलैप्स नहीं हुआ.
हाँ, आई थिंक एक एक मैच में शायद हुआ था. आई मीन
Eighth
व्हेन
one.
या आई थिंक व्हेन द टॉप 3 don't fire, then you end up with the Rahul Tewatia and the Washington Sundar, I think has
And
done,
Jason Holder.
and Jason Holder.
Versus
So
SRH. That's
it
what
was
they're about.
SRH,
But
yeah,
then
yeah.
they blew
So
away SRH as well, no, with the ball.
yeah, then they blew away SRH as well with the ball. So you it's in this, if you see, they are not a 230 240 team, Chandresh, when they bat first. They are not that side. They are, and even while chasing, they are a 180 to 190 team, which which allows both Shubman as well as Sai Sudarshan to bat according to the template and the strike rate. That although Shubman, I think, has made certain changes which has allowed him to improve his strike rate, but I feel that they are more of a 180 190. They would back their bowlers to restrict RCB to maybe around 190, and then maybe chase it down. That would be yeah, Jason Holder's entry into GT has, I think, caused their uptick in fortunes. Credit to the franchise. What they are very much functioning the way CSK used to function.
Yeah.
They gave Glenn Phillips enough number of games to to prove himself and to be a success. And once he started failing, they brought in Jason Holder, and so that Glenn Phillips does not feel that, oh, मेरे को बिना opportunities मिले मुझे निकाल दिया.
अच्छा, मानिकप्रीत सिंह से एसआरएच गेम में भी साई सुदर्शन 60 मारी, तीनों कभी एक साथ फेल नहीं होते.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're very
And with
classical
Jason
side,
Holder
no?
and Washington in the down the order, you always have a total to
Yeah,
bowl with actually. They
Yeah,
have
yeah.
something to defend, and with that gun bowling attack, you are always in the game.
yeah. Introspect says Gil Sudarshan play till 15 overs and eventually GT will score 220. Yeah, I think the fact that they got rid of Shah Rukh Khan and all, I mean the player, not the
Hmm.
actor, became easy for them
अब
to.
तो रणवीर सिंह को भी हटा रहे हैं बॉलीवुड से.
Okay, Introspect says, Arani, this average bowling side of RCB doesn't have the skills to knock off Gil Sudarshan.
Oh, come on, if Hazelwood and Bhuvi get going, come on. See,
Like someone said, Hazleshwar.
Hazelwood, yeah. Beyond that, there are more of a restrictive bowling attack. Krunal Pandya in big high scoring matches is extremely good because he will bowl those 8 9 runs per over overs where you need 12 13 at that time. That's where I think they are taking wickets up front with Bhuvi and Hazelwood.
Yeah.
And Hazelwood, I think, has got his death bowling right this year, much better than previous year.
Okay. Introspect again says RCB will be shivering in front of GT lineup. वो रजनीकांत का लाइना डायलॉग याद आ गया. क्यों हिला दिया ना? Okay, one more question, Arani. Will Kohli fans give Naveen Haq like treatment to head if RCB meet SRH
अरे
in
यार,
Q2? Huh?
see, we have now understood how the fans react. So let's. I think
Is it organic in your
we
view?
have to be judgmental here. You are actually demeaning your own idol here. What you're doing, you're not fans here. What you doing?
But is it organic in your view?
See, this fan army and everything was engineered by some big players, their PR agencies. It started off and it has become a monster now. It's a Frankenstein's monster. So
Like
yeah.
like the troll army of some others in India
Yeah, so we've
who shall
seen
not.
when a journalist has written something about a big player, all of a sudden the journalist's phone number has been leaked on social media and he starts getting OTPs all day. Then he has to report to the cyber cell. Then it stops. It's very annoying. So yes, it is a Frankenstein's monster, the social media game.
Like I said, it's like the troll army of someone else who we shall
Mm.
not name out of fear.
Yeah,
Okay.
toxic
With,
VK fans.
no,
When
apart from
Virat Kohli is focusing on spiritual cleansing so much, he's putting out in public that he's going through a spiritual cleansing, and you have toxic fans there. It's not. It's very ironical there.
yeah, much like like I said, much like the troll army of someone else. I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
Muskani says,
Uh,
Nitin sir, what are the stats of Jaiswal in IPL? When you are saying get rid of Rohit Sharma, for God's sake, he was the player of the series in Australia, which is the toughest series.
Yeah, Muskani, but I'm looking, I generally like to be a little more futuristic and looking at the World Cup 18 months down the line, I really don't think, if we carry Rohit Sharma there, I think we'll struggle. I have a lot of time for Rohit Sharma. I think he did some exceptional things, but the dismissal patterns that one gets to see, him losing shape, him getting late on length balls. Um that is what troubles me. And let's take into account where the World Cup is going to be held in South Africa in
early summer.
early summer
Early summer.
conditions, pressure pitches. So the World Cup is still a long way away. I think this Afghanistan and England series will be um, a kind of an audition for him. No impact subs. Let's remember that there's going to be no impact subs in 50 over World Cup. He'll have to field 50 overs. He'll have to then go in and bat, run between the wickets, turn. We
I
you know
think
we
he can blame Colin Cowdrey for bringing in the rule that you can't have substitutes for long
yeah
periods.
yeah.
91,
So
yeah.
we we will be playing with fire if we take Rohit Sharma to the World Cup.
Okay. One more question. Does Rajat Patidar have a weakness versus short ball? He gets into awkward positions.
Most Indian players, I think, have a weakness against short ball, especially against quality pace. I think they're so used to putting their front foot and and just driving through and or hitting through the line. I think most Indian players who haven't played a lot of international cricket, I think they will. That's why Gill and all are so. What they used to say about Gill even very earlier. He was in fact one of the rare Indian players who used to get troubled by the fuller ball.
Yeah.
And he was very comfortable when he had to play off the back foot or the short of length ball or the short ball.
Okay. Singvi says, Nitin, hello guys, big fan. One question. Is the bid of Vaibhav Suryavanshi from RR the biggest deal in IPL auction history?
Yeah, I think what this guy had said, one of the copies that in fact Gaurav had written was that when Zubin was in charge of the talent scouting and looking after the young Indian domestic talent, I think he had told the RR management that ये बच्चे के लिए 10 crore अलग से रख देना. So that was the kind of and I still believe that it's one franchise that has given Indian cricket the most number of players.
Okay, an Arani cricket fan says, my question is, shouldn't Kohli step up and stand for the wrong? I mean, the guy has 276 million. What is the use of social media only for brand promotions?
Yeah, it surprises me, given that he used to make those grand gestures for Stephen Smith and proven cheaters of the game at Oval when he put up that show to applaud or not boo Stephen Smith, all that. I think it's time as a responsible public figure to put that to rest. I think once it's out, it's not being reported by journalists or anyone else. It's out from it's come from the horse's mouth where the family is suffering. I think if he has to be this role model, he has to say something. Yeah,
Okay,
and
just to
I was a
update.
bit. Mm,
No, go on.
mm.
I just wanted to say, just to update, we were talking about Tom Moody. The tournament ended 2 days ago for Lucknow. Today is an analyst on a website.
Yeah. So that's the nature of the beast. And 2 days later, he will be in England with the 100 team.
Yeah. Okay, Dev Pratap Singh says, this is social media day and age. This won't go away. It will only grow. Happens in every sector.
Outrage is an industry, Chandresh, today.
Uh,
Outrage is an industry.
But
we have
it's
evolved from
also,
burning effigies, yeah,
yeah.
and throwing pelting stones at homes.
But Nitin,
If you look at that way, this is much better.
yeah.
Yeah.
But Nitin, let me tell you,
Uh,
this outrage is also manufactured.
Yeah,
Because
completely.
if you go, yeah, because it happens in every sector. It happens in movies, politics, sports, and it started somewhere, and it became an industry in India about 12 years ago.
Yeah.
If you get the drift.
Yeah.
Arani, but check Virat's wife's comment section, full of
yeah.
abuse.
So
Who will take accountability
more
for
the
that?
reason that they should what they're going through, they cannot be playing this revenge game here, not tit for tat game here. So
But
they have to be.
yeah, also I want to understand, dude, does it really matter what people are commenting?
Yeah,
Just
see,
ignore.
yeah, if you look at that, like what I said, when we lost the 2007 World Cup in West Indies, there was
Please don't
stone
remind.
pelting, and when we lost a match against Australia in 2003, there was burning effigies, and we grew
Yeah.
up reading those stories and watching it on TV. If you look
Yeah,
at that way, there is no physical harm there. It's up to you. You turn off your social media, you're fine.
yeah,
It's like cryptocurrency, I guess. You don't see it, but it's there.
yeah. Please don't remind me of 2007. It still scars me.
Yeah,
Me
you had a
too.
I
long
mean,
vacation, boy. See, you
yes,
had a long vacation, and people on the desk must have suffered, but you had a vacation there.
I didn't know what to write. I landed in a city. I didn't know what to write because the
And
Indian
did
team was not.
anyone bother on the desk what you were writing?
Arey, the year before also nobody bothered because the football World Cup was going on during the test
So
matches.
you had
I,
two
I
vacations
yeah, I
in
was
the
wondering what am
pristine
I
beaches
doing
of Caribbean.
Okay. Uh, okay. Exactly. Virat needs to be pragmatic. He sometimes comes across as selfish and egoistic. Do you know him personally? Introspect? I don't know.
Hmm.
Uh, Okay. Virat did stand up for Anushka few years back. Shame. I
Yeah,
remember that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Muskani says, Nitin, let's hope Rohit proves you wrong in Afghanistan and England ODI series.
I'll be very happy, Mukhani, if he does that.
Yeah.
I think Indian cricket will be very, very happy.
Okay. Just to let everybody know, Gujarat has won the toss and elected to field. And both the captains are at the toss. No surprises. With regards to the captains, I'll just let you guys know about the playing 11 plus the impact sub as well.
All eight occasions, Chandresh, all the 8 games that these two teams have played, interestingly split 4-4, and all 8 matches have been won by the teams chasing.
Oh, okay. Okay. Arani, but is this formula of GT top three scoring an IPL winning formula? Because we've seen Indian team in ODIs 2013 to 19 failed in big matches. So is this formula only for playoff selection or can win an IPL? Very good question.
See, it's all good till it works, right? The Indian team management failed in 2019 by not giving others opportunity to bat higher up the order when Shikhar Dhawan, Rohit Sharma, and Virat Kohli alone were consuming 35 to 40 overs. Any of some days two of them would score a century. Some days at least one would score a century in every match. And they got exposed in Manchester that day. So see, these are the trappings. So now you play so little ODI cricket. You don't want to give up your spot there as well because there's someone else who's more or less they will come in and score. These days, these young boys really fail when they are unknown commodities. Look at how the T20 team has changed its look in 2 years. There will never be all format players in India consistent. I know there's a certain section of BCCI trying to push Shubman Gill. I think Shubman Gill, the likes of Shubman Gill and Rishabh Pant have to make peace that they would be good test cricketers and ODI cricketers and ensure they are having good IPLs so that they have their IPL value intact. And T20 World Cups come around every 2 years. You never know when you are again in the scheme of things. Just before an IPL World Cup, you have had a stellar and IPL, you can make it to the team. So don't worry about the T20 spot in India. It will be very, very dynamic. It's because the kind of brand of cricket they play, it's very tough to be consistent. And when you
Yeah.
get into a rut, it's very difficult to come out of it also.
Yeah. Okay. Dev Pratap Singh says, Arani, captains to change next year? Any names that comes to your mind? Which captains are going to change?
Yeah, Mumbai Indians Hardik Pandya look very obvious. LSG again, it's a very vague thing that Tom Moody had put out about leadership, and yeah, it could be Justin Langer, it could be Rishabh Pant, anything.
Tom Modi
It's
himself.
very, yeah,
He
could be
also comes.
Tom Moody himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, so
KKR.
LSG is KKR. Yeah,
CSK,
they
CSK
should.
also. Even CSK, I feel.
CSK, I think Sanju should get the reins because he has that experience of leading Rajasthan Royals into a final as well.
I think दो season हो गया
Uh,
ना चंद्रेश अभी with Rutu. I think 2 season हो गया and there hasn't been any. You haven't seen any spark as such, and his batting has suffered. When Ritu and Faf and Ritu and Conway used to open, I think Ritu used to have these fantastic seasons, yeah, 500, 600 run seasons, and with a decent strike rate. So I think his batting has suffered because of leadership.
Okay, when your theatrical aggression is greater than technical competence, you need franchise podcast to blame coach and selectors. This is clearly directed at Virat.
Slightly harsh, I think. Technical competence. I think we are talking about Virat Kohli
Hmm.
here. I think we need to be a little bit more generous. But yes, what I feel is if you've used your social media in the past to defend your former girlfriend and current wife, and if you have used press conference platforms to glorify demonetization, and used your social media platforms in the past to demean a fan who said that you are not my favorite player and someone else from some other country is, and him telling that you should live outside of India, that also on an auspicious day like Diwali, then I think he can use his social media reach, to talk about the right stuff as well and defend, and tell the fans that, boss, whatever has happened on the field between me and Travis Head, and you guys have no right to to abuse his wife, and do whatever, this hooliganism on social media, just because it is an invisible platform. It empowers you to behave like a hooligan. So it's just, I think Kohli should use his standing and his reach to be to communicate very sternly with his fans.
Okay, just to let you know, because RCB is batting first, they're playing Kohli, Venki, Padikkal, No Salt, Patidar, Krunal, Tim David, Jitesh, Bhuvi, Hazelwood, Duffy, and Rasik. So they have right now four fast bowlers or seam bowlers, and on the bench you have Shepherd. So you got how many overseas players now? Just two overseas, the three overseas players. So they still have an option of bringing in Shepherd if required. That's interesting.
Big call, yeah.
Okay,
Big call to not pick Salt.
yeah.
Maybe he has
Acha,
not played the recent matches. It could that could
Yeah.
be also. He could be rusty, and I think he don't want to take a chance.
okay. Arani, this is clearly for you. MI and CSK exclusive news. Break करो यार retentions and कलेश का मजा नहीं
See,
आ रहा.
no. One thing, see, things get very heated up by the end of every IPL. These are professional outfits run by big corporates. They let things cool down. Everyone would want to make informed decisions. They will weigh everything. Let things cool down. Let's not get carried away with the emotions. That's where I think CSK has been really good in the last 10 years. They have finished eighth in I think Dubai when we had that IPL in Dubai during the lockdown, and they came back to win the trophy next year. So you don't want to make rash decisions here. That's how I think they look after September. I think they start cracking, get going about their support staff, about their captaincy, players, and that's when things start to move. And then again, you have a greater understanding where the players are mentally, even in their international form and everything. So they avoid making rash decisions. Yeah.
If they decide to move away from Hardik, then I hope that he's not kept in the side as well. I hope that he
Hmm.
gets traded, and because it's clear that he wanted to come to MI as MI captain, so you have
Hmm.
taken that away from him. So that will make him a very, very unhappy player in the setup. And Bumrah has clearly mentioned his ambitions that he wants to lead Mumbai Indians. So give the captaincy to him then
For a year
for
before
a
the
year.
mega auction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for a year, for a year. Chandresh is frozen.
Okay,
Yeah.
time to start 2023. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Can you? Yeah. So saying
Your visual is a bit frozen, but it's
कुलवंत
okay.
केजरीवाल मेरी आवाज ही मेरी पहचान है घर याद रखो. uh, Kulwant Kejrolia is playing in big IPL 2026. Okay, is there any tweet by Ashwin? Some
No,
how
I
do
have
you all
not
see
checked. I have
Ayesha
not
now?
checked.
Let me just
I
Okay,
check.
have not checked.
people have a lot of.
I'll just check.
Okay,
I'll just check. Just a second.
please check.
Someone write it down. Yeah.
What has the
What has he tweeted?
he's saying, I don't know, it's a very vague tweet. Patirana and Stokes 0707 opening. It seems Dubey 07.07 middle order finishing. Overton and Stokes balance. He's saying
Oh,
Stokes maybe.
hey, actually, Kejrolia is playing.
Oh,
So for Kejrolia to play ahead of Arshad Khan, Ashok Sharma, Gurnur Brar, Ishan Sharma, something must have happened there. They have seen something in
Yeah, Ashish
Kejrolia that
Nehra goes with
Arshad
his
Khan,
gut.
Arshad Khan they have not picked up.
they have
I
not
thought
picked
he's had
Arshad
an
Khan.
impressive IPL. Yeah, he's had an impressive IPL.
I don't know.
Left arm seamer
See, Ashish
against
Nehra
Kohli.
has made
Uh,
Ashish Nehra has made very strange calls, and they have worked for him.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's we can only judge after the game.
Yeah, okay. He's playing straight in the playoffs. Oh God. So let's see. So finally, before we wind up, Nitin, who's winning?
GT.
Okay. Arani?
GT, but now with Kejrolia in, okay. Yeah. We
What has
have seen
happened to
these kind
Ashok
of
Sharma?
selections. Remember Sunny Gupta?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We have seen strange selections in big matches. Yeah.
Arani, what
But they
happened
will
to
have
Ashok?
another crack even if they lose this. No, they will have another crack.
But, but I'm curious, what happened to Ashok Sharma?
Come the Ashok
I
Kumar of
don't know.
clerk, I guess.
They've forgotten him.
Yeah.
Or they could have used the experience of Ishan Sharma here. He's there with the team, unless he's the bowling coach.
Yeah, yeah. I also don't know why they haven't used Sai Kishore much. I quite like that guy.
Yeah.
Because they also have Manav Sutar, na, Nitin.
Yeah, they also have Manav Sutar. Yeah, but Sai Kishore is a good bowler, very very good bowler.
Deadly arm ball he has.
Very
Deadly
smart,
arm ball he has.
very
Yeah.
smart bowler. Well, in that 2022 season which they won, he bowled very well for Hardik.
Nikhil Agarwal says Ashok Sharma became a shock.
Ashok Sharma, yeah.
Okay, on that note, thanks a lot, gentlemen. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
That's it for today. Like, share, subscribe, comment on all our videos. Hype ka button dabao, super chat, so that you get to know where you can get the match tickets from Nitin, Didi, and Gigi. That's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye and God bless.